sell too many CDs, but here's $200 man. Thanks a lot, man.
Sorry for the mix-up. Hey, just a sec. Linda! J-Rock's want to talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
Could you just go in and talk to him? He thinks the world of it. He
Oh, really? I can do that, Mom. Sure.
That's nice, thank you.
I don't need it.
Yes, motherfucker.
I'm down with playing on Sabotage, and I like to get busy with all the ladies. Going back, something. Got enough of my shit,
There's a lot more to being black than just being down with NWA. Seriously. You know what I mean? There's black and there's white and then there's you, bro. And I still don't know what the fuck that is yet. But you're cool, alright? And I did hear some of your shit, man. Your shit is tight. Straight up.
Shit's tight.
Man, you're all good, baby. Holler if you hear me, man. All I'm saying, you got to get up this tip-top shit because it's straight whack. This rainbow connection shit is not working. For us to go out there, you need to go get changed and then I'll be chilling right here waiting for you. Word. J to the ROC, baby.
Fucking right.
Back up in the music, baby.
Straight up and down. But right now, I heard that the baddest freestyle MC off the top of his head shit is right here in Sunnyville. So all I'm saying, Sunnyville, would you please make some noise for my man, J to the ROC, live and direct with Detroit Valley Smooth, here live for you. So yo, J-Rock.
Hell yeah, man. You said I'm my boy DBS over the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
This is a story about some shit that happened to me today. Check it out.
Come on.
Here we go, 1, 2, 3. But now you heard the story about how I got caught playing with my shit. But hold that thought before you disrespect JROC. It could happen to you, cause it happened to me. Check this shit out.
Come on.
Check it out.
J-Rock.
The situation broke out when I smoked too much pride. Bitch me in my drawers, pulled out my blood. Bust open the jar, petroleum Johnny started thinking about dying. We think he did shit. The mind I was hitting it, we was almost there. And the door bust open and fuck my balls was there. Don't disrespect JROC. It could happen to you, cause it happened to me.
I'm not getting any fucking lyrics.
Russians don't do stuff like that. They got these lyrics about how trees are talking to each other, how different songs with brain works, outer space bullshit.
Give me a fucking why don't you guys get some tickets and come with me? We could all go.
I'd love to, but there's no dope. I told you that.
Who cares about dope, Ricky? Alex Lyson, Eddie Lee, Neil Pearce. You know it's gonna do that fucking drum solo. Just promise me you can do it. Just say, I promise you, Bubbles, that I, Ricky, will get you a ticket, please.
I promise to get you a ticket, buddy, and I'll try to find some dope, alright?
Alright, let's go with it.
I'll clear the stuff off the car and we'll get you in.
Glad I have my helmet on. Need you, man.
I'll need a couple bucks for gas, buddy.
In the garbage. Do you remember that little chat we had Jim, about you doing your job and me not firing you. Do you remember that?
My ex-wife, Barbara, owns second level trailer, and in a way, she will.
Well, we gotta do what that is.
Amy and I have been planning a camping trip for a long time, Barbara, and I promise I'm gonna have all this sorted out by Monday.
Sorted out.
Fuck out of my way, lady, you fucking idiot.
And don't recycle.
Maybe you should do your fucking job instead of going camping and toasting marshmallows with fucking Randy. Their Mexicans trying to buy dope off me this morning, Barbara?
Right. No camping.
Yeah, I wasn't that
Jim,
close.
not
It's coming up, but I knew
weed
a little.
or drugs
Always
or
have respect
liquor
for those.
until you have sorted
I mean, man,
all
when I
this
step away from
garbage
real,
in time for the collection
yeah,
on Monday. And then you can go camping.
Bad.
Lady, can you please get the flying fuck out of our way? We gotta go get wrapped tickets.
Hey, Ricky!
You hang on, buddy. I'll be right with you. Listen, boss, thanks for doing this for me.
No problem, buddy. Go leave your ticket right now.
Thanks, guys. I love you guys.
Love you too, Pops.
Touch you later, buddy.
See ya.
What the fuck are you guys doing here? You following us or something?
Yeah, sorry that's all you do, but I have a brilliant idea, man. If we take dope and sell it at the rush concert, we can sell it for double the price and make a ton of loot, man. It works every time. Can you hook us up?
Yeah, you guys. I don't know what for that.
Yeah.
There's no fucking dope in town, you idiots.
Julian, you've got to be able to get some dope. We take the cruise money and double it up, man. We can do it.
Right, boys, here. Get us all some rush tickets.
Nice.
I want the change back too, boys. Don't fuck this up.
That's cool. I think we can get us some dope, man. Where the fuck are you gonna get dope? How's it going? You guys got a package for courier traveling lately? Fuck, I hate buying dope from cops, man. Way overcharged every time. Just didn't feel good. Oh, that's fine. Just
Those idiots ruined our little camping trip, Randy. But we're gonna ruin our little concert.
All right, Ricky. Don't mention anything with the dope out here, man. We'll make way more selling than that, all right?
You ready, boy?
Ready, Mr. Lady. Go, Randy.
Shot him, you idiot. Camping trip ruined a dick. It's saying stuff you're not supposed to say.
Come on. Read it. Boys.
Guess I'll have all the rest of you guys, please. Randy! That's enough, boy.
Julian, where's my fucking tickets?
Sorry, Bubbles. She's all sold out.
Oh my fuck, are you kidding me?
What the fuck are you doing, lady?
These tickets are not for sale, boy. But you help Randy and I clean up a little garbage, and I just might give you a couple.
Oh my god.
Let's go, Randy.
See you back at the park there, boys. You fucking dicks.
Better fucking watch it, Randy.
Ricky, you fucking promised me you'd get me arrested.
It wasn't my fault, Bubbles. I'm sorry.
It is your fault. This could affect our friendship, you know.
Bubbles, don't talk like that.
Cocksucker! Boys, somebody's got keys in the fucking wall.
Okay, look, this client, one of the city top judges, rich as hell, family man, church every Sunday. Where this dumbass left his watch for a tip for one of the girls at the Vanilla Unicorn. Some priceless family shit from his wife's side. And now he's sobered up and he wants it back. But don't worry though, This ain't no errand boy bullshit. See, our judge, he got some enemies from the Armenian mob. They heard about the watch from one of the girls, and they straight up moved in. Took the whole place over, and told the dude to come beg. Kinda like a hostage situation, you know? Except the hostage is some antique bullshit in a safe in one of the back rooms. Short work for your charming ass, right?
I'm gonna be honest.
It's up to both nights out to see if we have a winner in the Ultimate Flesh Band contest. Hi, who's this? Do you have the answer? Randy, you're right. Green, it's in the middle. It's son of mine. Right, so that is a mistake. Guess what, Randy? You're going.
Cheeseburger eating that.
Congratulations, you and a friend are going to
Oh my God.
You're fucking awesome.
Just gonna leave. I know you probably don't like it very much because I don't want to fuck your own sometimes and things and you don't love it, but that Ross concert means everything to me. I can find it hard for some reason those tickets for you. This is all the money I have in the world, but I could agree. It was
Stop being a prick and just sell some tickets.
Sorry, Jordan. I am a prick. Boys, back to work with those tickets.
You can keep your fucking tickets, lady. You know what, Jimmy?
oh, maybe I think that's a good idea.
Fucking that's a good idea.
Ricky! Ricky! That's willful destruction, Ricky!
Where are you, Bubble? It's a company you keep, boy.
Dude, why didn't you say anything to us, man? We get Metro Center anytime.
Why are you serving burgers?
That's what you guys do, huh? No, we're just chilling with you.
You guys are fucked. You know that? You're fucking stupid. So what's up?
Well, man, we got in the air car and back to the boys all the time from the tunnel. All pops up at the random scene. See, man.
A sewer.
Don't get stupid, Ricky.
You know what's also supposed to translate? Really fun and easy to talk to you, but for some reason Alex wasn't.
Everyone, back up! Don't get hit!
She's one of these guys that, hey, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm a big fancy rock star. You can't talk to me, so I piss you
That's one Ricky uses a lot. I've seen him use that on different people. Ricky's like, this guy's a drunk man prostitute. He's soliciting prostitution. He's trying to do things for me. He's a drunk man prostitute.
I may have called him no prostitute. I don't remember exactly. But he very well he could be a no prostitute. You don't know that. Just gonna take it But he got pissed off and saying, oh, you kidnapped him. It wasn't kidnapping, so he's going to say I kidnapped him? And he's not a male prostitute.
Check it out, dude. What's up, dude?
I don't want to fall in the street.
It's just in case we have no other option, man. Where are we? Fucking industrial park in Valdez Road, right here. Good people, good friends, and we're gonna fucking see a little show. But first thing I want to do is make it clear, this is not kidnapping, okay? This is not fucking kidnapping. I'm born here for a little bit to play little parts back in the show. You're fucking interrupting. It's useless.
Can I tell you something? You're a fucking mental case.
Talk about it. I'm crazy. It's not my fault you're this big fucking I'm not going to fucking jail, believe me. This is a kidnapping. I'm born here for a little bit, alright?
Oh, no big deal at all. You just stole a human being.
It's like a little rehearsal. You play a couple songs, then you go back to your little training room.
Yeah, dude, where's Rick? Not up on the security boys, alright. You guys are gonna go into the bathroom first and set up. Make sure you put another water sign on the door, alright? And here, just in case, change the clothes for us.
Good. Hey, cool, buddy. Let's go. Sit the bed. Don't tell me you got tickets. Let him check this out. You're from Rush. Yeah, it's all sorts of house. This is, York, down. So, they play out at the Rock. What's it going on? Diane Sears songs fucking this up. Where are you? What's he doing here? Kidnapped him. Just little people. It's all cool, man. We're trying to. Can you stop like this for a second? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. He's just a big fan. You made a mistake. This is a kidnapping. I'm sorry, man. Like, are we cool or what?
You know, Tiny, you get me back to my hotel. It's no problem. Let's go.
Sorry about all this shit, man.
Okay, it's alright. Let it go. Sorry. You got enough money? Here's another $1.36 here, Dick Tree.
Ricky, don't be giving me that credit. You fucking stupid. You fucked up big time this time, man. You wanna go back to jail because it looks like you do. Huh?
You better idea?
That's a fucked up, you know. Look, boys, I'm sorry, right? Security's a little pain. It's fun, man. We're gonna mount here. Fucking fun, dude. It's bullshit. You wanna see Rush Bubbles? Yes, I want to figure out. Want me to go next? Please. What if something gets me? Something like me on the Navy. Something like me. Can we give it to you, man?
Sorry, Mandy. I got
You better have something good to say.
Daddy doesn't wear shirts. Thursday, maybe we can talk to him. He doesn't wear shirts, not even over there. How did you eat? Hey, I know this guy. Shit.
See this, baby? See one of the long sons gives you the fucking t-shirt to put on? Put your fucking put on. I don't care if you don't wear shirts. I don't care.
He doesn't wear shirts. What do you mean, baby?
I don't know what happened. You know, according to her, I sat them down for 2 hours and discussed this plan. Easy. Take the clothes, bring them into the breakfast center. We'll meet them inside.
We got a sweater. Yeah. Oh shit, dude. We got these for the road tickets, man. These lost horse, you can play the road too.
And stuff.
Well, it's funny, we were worried about them getting lost. It seems like everything's for weed and they're frozen, put them in the brush road case.
And?
The roadies took them away when we did it.
Oh. What does it say in the case?
Wardrobe.
What are you doing wearing my clothes?
This asshole again.
What are you doing with my clothes? I thought we had a deal here, no cops. Guys, please, give me a break here, okay? I gotta get on stage, I gotta get all these stupid track pants into my clothes break. What's all drunk? Just give me that stuff. What's going on here?
boys. Throw these two idiots out. He's a fellow. You get me. He's
This fucking ain't treating me well. Going swearing and idiots with no fucking shirts on, going camping drunk. You guys don't even give a fuck about Rush. I do.
What I do give a fuck about is recycling and the fact that this idiot deliberately ruined Brandy and my camping trip.
You didn't ruin it. You fucking ruined it, and so did Alex. It wasn't my fault.
This is so fucked up.
It's my choice anyway.
Sorry, Alex, but those two are inside scalping tickets. He's got about 20 on him. He wouldn't give me one.
Scalping tickets, Randy. Contest winner. Guys, get those two out of here right now.
Listen, please, I'm really sorry about this. We weren't doing anything wrong.
Fuck off, Randy.
What do you think I am, man?
Alright, Alex, no more fucking around. Where's my dope? We gotta start selling here. Like this? I found this in my DR.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Big baby dogs fucking causing all the problems again, boy.
Smoke some of this, didn't we?
Alex, listen. Bo should have won the guitar tech contest this afternoon. Randy cheated. Stole his answer. That's right, Alex. I'm a way bigger fan than you. You're the best guitar player that ever lived.
I appreciate that very much. But now I gotta get into my stage stuff and get on stage. Look, I'm not trying to be a dick. We're gonna pay for the weed you smoke for watching.
Listen, Alex, don't mean to be bothering you again, man, but he really got cheated today in that contest. Is there any way he can be guitar tech?
I don't know. You can't just get up there and do it. It's a tough gig.
Alex, I swear to God, I can't do it. I know everything about your stuff, man. Everything.
Hey, you did
Alright,
good.
alright, you can do it. Under this condition, I don't want to see you anymore tonight, okay? Let's get to it. Let's do it. I want to ride in the limo and I want to pay for dope, and then we got to deal. Let's do it.
You don't quit. Ricky, I'll pay for his dope.
Alright, you got to ride in the limo, alright? Let's get to work. Have fun, Bubbles.
So everybody, cables are elbows on. She's on. Everything's on. Here we go. She's all tuned up, polished. Here's your pack.
Have a good one.
Let's do it.
I saw what Ricky and Julian did for Bubbles and the lengths that they went to just make him happy for that one little moment.
How you doing, Alex?
How's it going, Bubbles? You alright?
I'm doing alright. You're playing a good job.
Perfect. You did a great job today. Everything sounds good. Awesome.
That was a fucking awesome concert, man. You're fucking right, it was an awesome concert.
Alex, you still have something to say to you. Rick?
Yeah, Ricky.
I guess I want to apologize for so much shit that went down earlier. Even though it totally wasn't my fault, but it happened. I guess I was a bit of a dick. It's called being a dick.
Well, everybody can be a dick sometimes, but it's not really bad, alright?
You can show me some fucking
After what we've been through today, I'd love to. Alright.
I'm gonna do closer to there.
Right?
I got that stuff. I got the pick in hand.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, this is easy. Just move that forward position. There you go, try that.
Play
been helping in a training school with this junior achievers thing, which is awesome because it helps the kids get their thinking clear about business. And it's fucking great. I've learned a lot too. It's amazing how much of that kids will me and Julie do. Rock cabins, supply chain.
What you carrying lately? So what you looking for? Take your time. You own the place after all. What can I get you? Keep your eyes open.
Hey, look, so our client is the CEO of a fancy-ass perfume brand, Le Chien, whatever the fuck that is. Well, little Miss 1% just had a taste of the real world. Got herself mugged while she was smoking outside of whatever fucking restaurant they eat at this week. The MO sounds like the Lost MC, you know what I'm saying? They made off with all her jewelry, and get this, the necklace don't even belong to her. She had stolen it for one of her rich girlfriends, so she can't go to the fucking cops. That's where we come in. The Lost have been hanging out over in West Vinewood over in Tequila La. Hey, go pay him a visit and get that fucking jewelry back, all right?
lost forever!
You all trifling motherfucker! Fuck you and
saw where we were from, you know how far Frankie made it. Me too, shit. Just a different route.
Hello. I texted you and I never got any answer. It's okay. Well, I'm glad that you're home. I've been watching the Trailer Park Boys. Trailer Park Boys. It's like Reno 911, but Trailer Park.
That's the one with the glasses.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Bubbles. This is absolutely hilarious, and it's just, I like how they did it. And I can see why they got 20 seasons. Huh? No, this is just me. Cause, yeah. That was. Well, a lot of people was on there, you know. But I don't like being scheduled for stuff like that. But I correct, because it's all about and I actually went over the 4. I went like almost 6. And it showed, because, you know, I'm top 10. Yeah. Top 5, actually. Yeah. Oh no.
Trevor's going to car crashing Wayne Street. Let's go, Trevor. Thanks.
Listen, who's that?
Oh my God, it's Randy. Let's stay back.
Yeah, it was so
Hey, it's your dude.
What in the fuck are you dressed up as a bumblebee for? What are you, Indianapolis Jones?
It's none of your goddamn business, Ricky. If you must know, Randy and I were rehearsing for a play for the Blanford Recreation Center next Thursday.
I'm sorry, is that a Pokemon show?
He's dressed like a bumblebee.
We're not doing community theater. We're consenting adults. What we do in the privacy of our own home is fine. I don't care if the whole world knows you're going to be dressed up. I'd like to have some fun. Hey everybody, we're gay.
Third season. I see why they got 20.
Yep. Nobody got hurt. Everybody knows on the community. The damn trailer.
Julian saved my life. He brought back when he was back to because I didn't have so much to do.
Well, it's really not that bad, you know. Not bad at all. Scratch, really, a few pieces of onion, you know.
Somebody's gonna pay for this.
Right, Trevor, you fucked up. Okay, guys, bring this.
So how long have you been considering it?
32
Well,
years.
if someone is doing certain things to gather dirt on you, then that changes perspective.
I thought we were all finished with this investigation. Is there something else going on here?
He fired. And she had to come back because he was threatened
It's
to
mental
kill
health.
or actually try to kill the people she was with. And it's like,
But that's, you see how you focusing on how he treated her? That's domestic dispute. That's not trafficking. They don't care if the relationship comes part of it. And they want that. They don't want to talk about trafficking. So the way you feel now, how you more focus on the domestic violence, that's good because that's a lighter charge. So their technique is working.
Fix that. So I'm making Mr. Lincoln's these photographs frozen here in this ice cube tray. Saw it on designer guys, night show. Your strip, Mr. Lincoln? No, take care.
Third man in, you still got beat up by a girl.
I'm just saying, highly driven like that, you know what I mean? Understand that whoever makes the money makes the rules, and we're definitely making money, so we make the rules.
And even now, there will be a line around the block of women to sign up.
That's why I'm saying I would want to see them around me, impressionable men or women for that matter. Damn, like, that's bad. We just bad for society.
But what's his record label? Bad Boy. You think he was lying? He was honest. He tell people the truth. Go over their head. So I was telling you. I'll tell you the truth. You miss it. It's a Scorpio. He was born on the 4th, November 4th. Law and order. Well, November is number 11. So he was the 11th.
Lady, I know you're fucking in there. I know you can hear me. Give us back your fucking phone. Let's have your bullshit today.
But at any given, they just had a draft, so it was probably 200 more people just like him, just me.
Please give us that ball back.
So it doesn't matter. No. NFL, NBA. Those are new millionaires that just get minted. It's only 300 people. So every year, 300 people are chosen to be new millionaires. Every year. And some of them going to use their money for drugs. Some going to put a hit out on some people. Some going to get arrested and go to jail before they even play a game. And because those are college kids. Yes. Those are college kids and high school kids that go from nothing to something. So the first people that surround them are the first females that saw anything in it. You know, in high school or in college, they gravitate. Okay, so they're gonna get the first ones broke off, and then it goes a branch higher. The girls he was kicking with when she wasn't there, and then it goes a branch higher. They're friends. It happens because that's how it works. You see, we used to have kingdoms. Now we have income. So if your income reached the level of king status, which all you gotta do is be a millionaire, and that's king status, then you get, yeah, that's king status. A nigga with $10 million, that's not a broke dude, and it don't matter how he looks. That's our society. It's boiled down to that low because it's a lot of people struggling, and it's not surprising. It's the bar is extremely low, and that you don't need much. Hell, sometimes we have seen you just need a car. But if you got a car and the millions to back it up, who won't say no?
I've never seen Leahy do that before. He didn't even do anything. He said that I don't have to think of it.
All right, everyone. Game's postponed until further notice. Nobody wins. We're getting real close to going on this cruise. The problem is tomorrow's the deadline for down payment on tickets. We got $3,000 to put down. We're gonna lose our tickets. And put it nicely is that Trinity did this fundraiser for a school of long
Reno.
They raised a bunch of money
In
for
Carson.
I mean, we raised $3 fucking grand in Trailer Park alone. Basically what happened was they said, you know, Trinity's all out on trip now. She got caught smoking on school grounds, which is bullshit. So what we said is, fuck that. We're going to go down there and take those bottles back because they're ours anyway.
Because they have crops. They got ideal weather for farmland. And we saw a lot of farmlands, but we didn't see any farm hands.
Come on, buddy. I'll play hockey later. Come on.
Well, it was snow on the ground. So that wasn't harvest season. It's in season.
Play later.
Whatever they did the same thing to Bill Cosby. Did that stop Diddy? No. At the same time. So the point is, it don't matter. It's in vain. Matter of fact, it might even get worse because that vacuum of power. Who's the next man down from Diddy? Whoever. That's how it works. Alexander the Great, when he died, 4 generals took over. Caesar, when he died, it just happens. So when the top person falls, that kingdom don't disappear. No, it's getting inherited. But the Jigga Man. No, the Jigga Man. Yeah. 50 Cent, he more in Louisiana now because he got a movie studio there. So, yeah. For his show, you know, he got power. So he went movie, so he's not the king of New York. So, if the king of Harlem falls, the king of Brooklyn is Jay-Z. Manhattan, that's Donald Trump. So, there's a lot of people they can go to adjacent. But rumor has it, it don't matter because Trump gonna pardon them anyway. it just don't matter because whatever they put out, it don't stop anything and it won't prevent anyone from doing it or anyone for signing up for it. So this is just a distraction for all the other real shit going on. You remember before they used Bill Cosby case to cover up every time Trump was doing something crazy. Every time Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby. They can't tap that well no more. So now they're using the same blueprint for Diddy. So every time Trump do something crazy, they're gonna tell you a Diddy story and have you all up in arms about a girl who don't even give a fuck. She's with a white dude now, and she's pregnant with a mixed baby, and she already got paid because everything she went through, she was compensated. Yeah, she was compensated. She got paid. Justice was served. This is public opinion. It don't matter. You're gonna forget it next weekend. Correct. He never broke the law.
So I want everyone to stay away from Lady and don't push any of his buttons. All right, Ricky? Yeah, I'm even playing here.
She was already compensated and charges was dropped.
Well, Randy, so far we have 5 counts of gas cipher, 42 counts of weapons discharge, 62.
That's why they're focused on the relationship.
And over 100 counts of theft. Under 1,000.
That's the distraction. It's a good deal. It's a really good. If you were on the defense, that's a good case. Show how bad of a relationship you have. Don't talk about the people you flew in. And yeah. So then people just talk about the relationship. Is he guilty of what? He beat a person? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Is that good? No, that's horrible. It's not human trafficking.
Man, I know you can just call me Jimmy. Name's J-Rock, you know what I'm saying? You like to keep trying to watch
Yep, that's why you got the.
It just so happens I got a warrant for Ricky and Julian's arrest. You haven't seen the guys around, have you? We've got a couple questions for them. I got a question for you, Randy. You know what I'm saying? Free Willy, does cheeseburgers ever blow out your hole? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you watch your fucking mouth.
The Scorpio ain't gonna let that slide. So she gotta leave the country and disappear and be a white woman. Did he get these charges dropped? Or it don't matter because he could just Trump on the. You're talking about a person who was with influence is not even a word to describe this man, who was just there the whole time, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. His phone book got numbers in it that regular people just don't got. And now this person is in a jam. He's more afraid of being killed in his sleep. That's how his story goes. It is a fucking relationship problem. Everybody got them. Just don't talk about flying people in and trafficking. That's what is that's 99 years. And then transportation, you get life. So yeah, if I had to choose, do you want the world to think you as a human trafficker or a wife beater? Yeah, I'll take that one. You go home. 6 months time service. You go home. Trafficking? Well,
He's a fair employee and a school security guy. So I take $3,000 down the travel, down payment, no guns ever used.
It's one thing if she wasn't compensated. If she didn't receive compensation for damages, Because that's what people sue for, emotional damages. She was already compensated. All this is just after the fact. It's not like he didn't pay for what he did to her. He already did. So now they, it's a little bit more than that. But he already paid that. She already has a new life. This is after the fact. After, so this is double jeopardy in that case. Because now, when she gonna have a book, and they probably do a little TV series. But in the grand scheme of things, she's a nobody now. That's what she's gonna go into, nobody land. You'll never hear from her again. No other executives are gonna work with her. She blackballed. So this is just a show. I have seen too many cases like that. Now, it's televised. They got TV shows on it now. Surviving Diddy. Yeah. It's already shows. 50 Cent did it. Remember, he got the studio. Yeah. G-Unit Studio. This thing is just crazy. But, yeah, it's like, okay, they're just telling what happened. No, okay, so this ain't about justice. You can say he's a black, okay. He ain't did shit nobody else did with over $50 million in the bank account. Yeah, that's it. It's the same shit. And it don't stop because every year it's going to be a new nigga just like it. Some people, and you know what? They trying to get Lil Wayne on that too. Like, it's just... Oh, no. He was in a relationship with somebody who also had their grown daughter living in his house, and he decided to kick them out. She decided to say, oh, he uprooted me from my home and now kicking me out, because when you use those words, uprooted, taken from, to bring you here, trafficking. So she yeah. That's why they gonna fuck it up. They got a few more, and then what? The LGBT, their community about to get they about to go undercover for real. Because if you come out and you trying to be proud, they trying to make it to where they could just snatch niggas up for being different.
Hey, so I know you've been there already, but Pooh just called and said I can come through and get a tour of Dre's studio.
And then when you say you're being discriminated against, you're no longer a protected person.
So you know that fool gonna be
Remember,
here too. But it's gonna
the
be
civil
cool.
rights
We'll
movement
do it
put
whenever it's good for you.
color
Man, I'm excited for this.
and,
Bring a friend if you like.
medical
This one
and
gonna hit different,
genetics under protection from discrimination. Just recently they added gender. Well, yeah, gender was part of it too, but sexual orientation was the one that was added. They're trying to remove that one, because if they can remove that one, you don't got to service them, because they're no longer protected. And if they're, yeah. And remember, the Christian mafia, and that's their whole thing. And if they put AOC, they lost it. And they're going to get it worse. And to whoever's calling the shot, lose their spot. Because you ain't going, this is not a time to introduce something new. No. They keep trying to do that. And they keep finding out that that's not what the people want. And the only other option is it's on purpose. Because who makes money during all this craziness? American-made businesses. And Trump is only focused on the patriot economy. If it ain't American-made, he don't care. Companies that was formed, created, and operated in the USA. And if they're not doing that, they're not on the team. And they're gonna go down. That's why he started attacking movies, because that's Sony, that's Japan. Disney is China. Marvel is China. Fox don't own that. Now Fox is American, but they sold it. So Fox sold Marvel. Yeah. So this whole Diddy thing, that ain't nothing but a distraction. Because when you look at the actual news, there's a lot of crazy shit happening. And because now I understand why gang violence is so crazy, because my niggas is lead poison. Everybody from my city. Their kids and grandkids, all of them lead poison. And my sisters was probably the lucky ones that got out. Moved to Florida.
Mr. Leahy's donating $3,000 to the Sunnyvale Trailer Park Street Lot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right, Julian. His credit card per pass in advance. That should be
Stop.
No problem, right, Mr. Leahy?
Because if you can't afford to buy your water,
Anyway, officer.
and it's at the schools too, so that's guaranteed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's messed up. That's not the news. You talk about the Pope. Meanwhile, they was trying to kill the black dude over there in Africa that's building that up. They tried like 15 times to knock our boy off, but they can't because there's people too solid. And they don't know what to do. This nigga creating hospitals, they got gold back currency. He bought back his country's gold to prop up the people, creating schools and hospitals, and they trying to kill us. Yep. And then on the flip side, they offering America, like, that Africa is united. Every little country. It's only 29 of them. Each one of them are slowly but surely erasing their own borders that they didn't even make. Yeah. And unify. If they do that, they had a space program since 1945. America went on the moon in 1969. Yes. Africa had a space program since the 40s. When the niggas in America was segregated, they were going into space. So, if they get their stuff together, they'll be a superpower of the universe. And they're the youngest country. They got nothing but time. Average age is 18.
I've noticed that he throws something into the water, body, tank, ocean, the next day come back, it's gone. So
All the ones that was fucking, huh?
away, filters it through, and just cleans it up.
With AIDS and malaria, those are the adults. Those children survive. That's why it's a young country. Yep. Yep. And that's white fear right there. Yeah, that's white fear. Man, they continue, man. I listen, because now it's to the point where if you're an African American and you can make it to Africa, you can start your whole life. You get job opportunities because you speak good English. So the shit that we just know as secondary will be primary over there. Because we got something to offer. Our expertise. We come from the richest country in the world. 1% of the richest people on the planet. As an American. Yeah. We are the 1%. There's 8 billion people now on the planet, and it's only 300 million Americans. And 300 million Americans make more than the rest of them. You eat anything when you was out there?
Special by 7 different flavors only. 7 tickets and you should eat.
Yeah, because I had you eating healthy food to the point where you started to hate it. Yeah, that processed shit.
Jokes? The people in other castles think this is funny.
Well, yeah, you get a pretty sizable chunk of Princess 1834.
Would I like to delete this from my TV?
Are you sure you want to delete this program?
Yes. Bring me my mid-season replacement food. Hi there. I want to hear some jokes, food.
Well, I don't really tell jokes. I like to tell stories from my life and let the humor just flow organically from everyday situations. Yeah, my Aunt Frida was a real card. She always had the most wonderful spirit, even when her mind started to go. I remember once she wrote a letter to my Uncle Tom, from whom she'd been divorced for several years. In a letter, she
It has been a busy week. Xi Jinping met with Vladimir Putin. Trump named the world's meanest drunk aunt as interim US attorney for DC. And of course, this happened.
From the Vatican, a wholly unexpected announcement. We have a Pope, an American Pope, Pope Leo XIV, from Chicago.
The best headline came from this hometown of Chicago into Chicago style. Yeah.
We got a Chicago Pope. Cardinal Robert Prevost is now Pope Leo XIV. Chicagoans spent the week excitedly speculating about the little Chicago touches he's going to bring to the papacy, from the body of Christ being a Portillo's gravy bread to the official stance of the church becoming no ketchup on hot dogs, but if the kids want it, that's all right. To the hundreds of jokes about Malort being the new sacramental wine at communion. And if you're not from Chicago, you're thinking, what is Malort? Just know, it's not so much a drink as it is a citywide hazing ritual. It's a liquor with the taste, smell and general vibe of something a Batman villain would spike the water supply with. And incredibly, the odds are Pump Bob here has actually tried it. But we're going to focus on the president's ongoing trade war. Last week, Trump got a lot of attention when he seemed to try and prepare Americans for economic pain by saying this.
Maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30. And maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally.
What a very weird thing to say. It's just another snapshot in the chaos album that is Trump having anything to do with children, because you can now put kids will have $2 instead of 30 right up there with the Lawn Boy scream. And that time he asked the kid if she believed in Santa Claus because, quote, at 7 it's marginal, right? Although pressed on his comments a few days later, Trump doubled down.
You said, quote, you said, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30. Yeah. And maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally.
I don't think a beautiful baby girl that's 11 years old needs to have $30. I think they can have $3 or $4.
Okay, there is so much there. A beautiful baby girl that's 11 years old. Don't call an 11-year-old that. First, it's creepy, and second, I promise, you call an 11-year-old girl a baby, she'll fucking kill you. Also, to think the prime age for playing with dolls is 11 is almost impressively wrong. Everyone knows the breakdown of what people play with by age goes blocks from ages 1 to 3, dolls from ages 3 to 7, and our phones from ages 8 until we die. And incredibly, on Air Force One, he triples down.
All I'm saying is that you don't have a young lady, 10-year-old girl, 9-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl, doesn't need $37. She can be very happy with 2 or 3 or 4 or 5.
Every single one this man refers to girls makes my skin want to turn inside out. That said, I did also want to see him keep going there, just to see how many variations of ages and numbers he could cycle through. All I'm saying is a young lady, 10-year-old girl, 9-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl, 45-year-old girl that's still young at heart doesn't need $37. You can be very happy with 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 or 8, but also 9 and in its own way 10. $10 she could be happy with, couldn't she? Or maybe 11. We can't rule out $11 or 12. 12's a good number, isn't it, folks? 12 apostles, 12 days of Christmas, 12 angry men. Henry Fonda, great guy, right? Young men, very angry men. That's what we've got to get out of this country that's coming over illegally. Or you know what? $13, that's my final offer. So now it appears he thinks that 15-year-old girls are playing with dolls. Has he ever met a 15-year-old girl? That's a dumb question. Of course he has. He was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. But the thing is, Trump's actually right. The toys are about to get more expensive. Mattel, the maker of Barbie, has already said that it plans to raise prices on American toys due to tariffs. And when Trump was asked about Mattel's CEO claiming toy manufacturing won't come to America, but price hikes will, he had a pretty odd response.
If Mattel, I don't know, I'm not so sure. They also said, they're the only country I've heard, they said, well, we're going to go counter. We're going to try going someplace else. That's okay. Let him go and we'll put 100% tariff on his toys, and he won't sell one toy in the United States, and that's their biggest market.
Okay. Set aside that within the space of a single human sentence, Mattel switched from being a company to a country to a guy. It seems Trump's about to go to war with them. So you know what this means, kids? Sticks are about to make a comeback. The stick! Throw it, catch it, set it on fire. Just look at it. The stick's the only toy you'll ever need, which is lucky because it's also the only one you'll ever have. And look, on some level, it makes sense that Trump is framing this around dolls, things that he can pretend are frivolous. But the fact is, exports to the US have already begun to slow, and that will soon be felt in the form of higher prices on lots of things.
So if you're wondering, is Trump's stupid trade war about to hurt a lot of people? Well, is the Pope Catholic and now also some guy named Bob from Chicago? The answer is obviously yes. And now, this.
And now, Ryan Kilmeade playing with dolls, and that's okay.
It's a crew neck. It's like a crew neck for guys. I had one of my G.I. Joe. You snap it around his neck until it was a little red thing. Like a mascot. For a while, I was like, why is Brian playing with dolls? It's a G.I. Joe. It's different. He got a little uncomfortable with me playing with these cold dolls. And I'm like, listen, yeah, man, I love anything G.I. Joe. Powerful Grip, Eagle Eye, it all works. I remember playing with the G.I. Joes. Both Eagle Eye and the Kung Fu Grip. The only adult toy that you need is Eagle Eye G.I. Joe. Ken was confused. For my generation, Ken, you put him in. You know, it was confusing. We didn't know. Should we play with Ken? Should we put him with the G.I. Joes? I'm trying to get Ken into the G.I. Joe collection this way, but that's not. You had a G.I. Joe, but you wanted a Ken?
You had a Ken Barbie.
Well, I convinced my parents to get it for me because I thought I could make a man. I remember borrowing Ken and putting with my G.I. Joes was the best move ever. Ken had never been happier. But a lot of people in the previous generation know he's playing with dolls. I'm like, no, this is G.I. Joe. Posable action. Exactly. It's got real hair, eagle eyes, Kung Fu Grip, everything you need.
Was He-Man too?
Nope.
There we go. Our main story tonight concerns politics and religion. The two top answers to the Family Feud question: name a reason why you don't talk to your dad anymore. Number one, politics. Number two, religion. Number three, we talk, but do we really talk? You know? I know that, to put it mildly, there has been a lot going on recently, so it's understandable if you missed it. But last week, a major case concerning politics and religion was argued before the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court just heard arguments in a potentially landmark case that could open the door to publicly funded religious charter schools at the center. St. Isidore of Seville, a proposed Catholic virtual charter school in Oklahoma, planned and operated by the local archdiocese. The school wants to teach Catholic doctrine while receiving state money, something never before allowed in the charter system.
Yeah, an online school, St. Isidore, is fighting for the right to operate as the first religious charter school in the country, which is striking for a number of reasons, not least that this is how I'm learning that St. Isidore is often referred to as the patron saint of the internet. It just feels wrong. I thought patron saints only represented timeless things like the arts or orphans, not the media that is now mostly AI slot videos of countries as presidents' twins. I don't know exactly what saints should be watching over, but that feels like a real waste of their time. The school refers to itself as a ministry of the Catholic Church, and many worry that if it's allowed to directly receive public funding, it'll be yet another step on the slippery slope of breaking down the Establishment Clause, separating church and state. Now, the Supreme Court is likely to rule on this until next month, but I actually want to talk less about this school in particular and more about the key group behind this case, the Alliance Defending Freedom, or ADF. Even if you don't recognise their name, you'll definitely be aware of their work, because ADF bills itself as the world's largest legal organisation advancing every person's God-given right to live and speak the truth. And in this promotional video celebrating their 25th anniversary, they lean in hard on the idea that they are defenders of rights and freedom.
For 25 years, we've pursued this calling. We're commissioned to stand, to defend, to persevere, to be a voice for faith, for freedom.
Former Atlanta Fire Chief Kelvin Cochran wins a victory for his
The U.S. Supreme Court today in one of the most closely watched cases of the term cited with a Colorado native.
Jack, this has been a long road for you, starting back in 2012, yesterday.
Religious freedom is a free political right that rests securely in our dignity as human beings. It belongs to all of us.
Okay. Although, I do have a bit of an issue with the sentence, religious freedom is a free political right that rests securely in our dignity as human beings, because I've listened to that upwards of 50 times, and I still have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. It's the legal equivalent of the actual headline, Disney to merge Hulu Live TV with Fubo, settling FINU lawsuit. All the words feel like they're in the correct places, but now I can't even understand the ones that I thought I knew. The woman who said that, Kristen Wagner, is ADF's current head. And if you're thinking that she looks like someone who had an office filled with Mickey and Minnie Mouse memorabilia, you'd be dead wrong, because she used to have an office filled with Mickey and Minnie Mouse memorabilia, but got rid of it after Disney's recent defense of LGBT rights ruined the beauty. So I bet you feel pretty stupid right now. But as you've probably already guessed, the freedom ADF fights for is selective at best, as among other things they've argued for the Christian baker who refused to make a cake for a same-sex couple in Colorado, orchestrated the attack on the abortion drug mifepristone heard by the Supreme Court last year, and were also behind the Dobbs case, which famously overturned Roe v. Wade. And when asked about that last one, they'll take credit for it, but notably only to a point.
So what was ADF's role in this Dobbs case? So we worked very closely with Mississippi from the very beginning, including we had a hand in crafting the legislation of the 15-week bill, coordinating, advising them during the pendency of the litigation, and then at the Supreme Court, we have been, alongside them all the way, offering just as much help as we possibly can.
Would you consider yourselves co-counsel in this case?
So the case is on
The spokesperson can
Okay, but just to clarify, did you all write the arguments at the center of this case?
So again, the ability are involved in the past where the case is not addressed.
Okay.
So here's a quick PR rule of thumb. Stopping your client from answering a question is a great way of making him seem like the guiltiest motherfucker on the planet. Because a spokesperson doesn't generally chime in like that if the answer to a question is no. If someone asked me, were you the one who suggested that honeycomb cereal monster looked like a clump of pubes fucked Gary Busey? And a publicist jumped in to say, we can't address John's involvement in that. He'd be pretty confident that I was the brains behind that bush. But while they might not have wanted to be seen as pulling the strings there, the fact is ADF's been incredibly successful. Since 2011, they've directly represented parties in 15 victories at the Supreme Court, and claim that since their founding, they've played roles in 77 victories, from weakening the contraception mandate in the Affordable Care Act to throwing out a law that provided a protest buffer around abortion clinics. So they are way more powerful than many are aware, and they're using that power for, I'll say it, bad. According to a 2021 internal strategy document, their goals included stopping efforts to elevate sexual orientation and gender identity to protected class status in the law akin to race, and working to restore an understanding of marriage, the family and sexuality that reflects God's creative order. And just to be clear, God has no creative order, only creative chaos. He didn't need to create the universe and everything in it in just 6 days. That is manic behaviour. He was clearly on coke. That is the only explanation for why we have things like the pink fairy armadillo, an animal that looks like a shrimp tail 69ing a dead chicken. And when ADF's leaders are talking among themselves, they'll sometimes express amazement at how well they've done.
My view was I wanted ADF to be bigger than the ACLU in every measure: staff, funding, cases, impact, and the fear we strike in the hearts of our opponents. And so,
In a Christ-like way.
In a Christ-like way, yeah. Christian love, kill, kill, kill.
Wow, that is once the sentiment, though I will admit, Christian love, kill, kill, kill would be a spectacularly good metal band name. And while that was from 8 years ago, ADF's influence has only grown since then, even as they've somehow managed to fly under the radar. Because while everyone knows who, say, the NRA are and what they stand for, ADF has somehow avoided that level of notoriety, which has worked very much in their favour. So given that, tonight, let's look at the Alliance Defending Freedom, their history, their playbook, and what they're targeting next. And let's start with how they came to be. ADF was originally called the Alliance Defence Fund. It was launched in 1994 by prominent evangelicals who decided to create an endowment to pay for lawyers who could take on the ACLU and its ilk. One of its key founders was James Dobson, a man who looks less like a real person and more like AI's answer to the question, what did they look like without their hoods? Dobson before in our piece on Mike Pence. He's the founder of Focus on the Family, and over the years has, among other things, discouraged interracial marriage, argued one reason spanking children fails is that the spanking may be too gentle, and has warned that gay marriage is a slippery slope that can lead to this.
How about group marriage? Or marriage between daddies and little girls? How about marriage between a man and his donkey? Anything allegedly linked to civil rights would be doable.
If I may quote James Dobson every time he comes, Jesus fucking Christ! That is preposterous for many reasons, but whenever bigots do that, I kind of want them to keep playing it out. Wait, if gay people get married, next thing, am I going to have to go to a wedding between a man and his donkey? What gift Do I even get them? They're registered at Bloomingdale's and PetSmart. That's ridiculous. And what if I show up? They do have to sit on the bride side. It smells like shit over there. With the human meal option, what do I eat then? Eat a plate of hay? Well, do I have to eat a plate of hay with a fork? Let me get this straight. You can make me wear a tuxedo, eat hay with a fork, drink wine out of a trough, and rather watch a father donkey dance, all because we made gay marriage legal? No, thank you very much. Not on my watch. To head the new organisation, Dobson turned to a man named Alan Sears, who led the organisation from its founding to 2017, and during his time there, it argued for state laws criminalising gay sex, and later against laws that legalised gay marriage. He also co-authored a book called The Homosexual Agenda, which sadly isn't nearly as fun as he wanted to be. In it, he described gay rights as the principal threat to religious freedom, and wrote that gay activists were engaging in a war of propaganda, just as Hitler did so masterfully in Nazi Germany. One spectacular review of the book on Amazon said, "Why are heterosexuals so obsessed with homosexual sex? I think heterosexual sex is preposterous, but I don't feel the need to write a book about it. I just don't do it. Therefore, this book isn't gay enough for my taste, I'm afraid." Pity, which is just a perfect review. Your book sucks, you're obsessed with me, be gayer. That 1-star review gets 5 stars from me. The point is, attacking the rights and dignity of gay people was at the centre of its work, along with rolling back access to abortion and giving Christians more leeway to discriminate against someone who offends their faith. And those ideals have not changed, even as the organisation has massively grown. It now has more than 450 employees in domestic and international offices, as well as 5,000 network attorneys who work on their behalf. They also run a training program called the Blackstone Legal Fellowship, and a recent count found more than 60 Blackstone alumni were clerking on federal courts, including 18 on appeals courts. Fun fact, a frequent speaker at that Blackstone Fellowship was Amy Coney Barrett, who was paid to speak there 5 times, and yet, at her Supreme Court confirmation hearing, said that nothing about any of my interactions with anyone involved in the Blackstone program was actually indicative of any kind of discrimination on the basis of anything, which I find a little hard to believe, given that at the time she was lecturing there, the program's recommended reading list included The Homosexual Agenda. And I'm not saying that she read that book. I'm just saying a room full of people who have are going to give you a vibe, and it is not, maybe see you at Pride. And it's not just Coney Barrett with ADF connections. Current Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, worked for them for nearly a decade. Here he is in 2005 as their senior legal counsel, appearing on Fox News to do the critically important job of defending the right to say Christmas before being bumped for more pressing news stories.
We've seen a great backlash against retailers who have banned the Saint and Merry Christmas, and certainly more and more Americans are realizing how easy it is to stand up against this improper censorship. Many people are visiting our website at saychristmas.org, and they're learning the facts, learning what the law really says, and that's a big step.
Mike Johnson, senior attorney and spokesman for the Alliance Defense Fund. Thank you very much. Coming up, coming up, an explosion hits a nuclear plant.
Spokesperson for the
They weight game, find out how they do it.
Okay, first, tough break getting bumped by an explosion at a nuclear plant. But an even tougher break for that explosion getting bumped for a story about thick-ass penguins. By the way, I'm fighting the holiday weight game, you fucking heathens. They're fighting the Christmas weight game. You heard Mike Johnson, saychristmas.org. But it wasn't just war on Christmas stuff. While at ADF, Johnson also advocated for the criminalisation of gay sex, and wrote op-eds saying things like homosexual relationships are inherently unnatural, and that if society protects such relationships, polygamists, polyamorists, pedophiles and others will be next in line to claim equal protection. So that is who they are at their core.
Please don't put carrots in my food again.
At getting things done. Well, one major way is through the sheer volume of legislation they draft. Last year alone, they worked on over 100 bills in 24 states and in Congress, of which 25 wound up being enacted into law. Back when states were first passing so-called bathroom bills restricting trans people's access, reporters noted many use language strongly similar to model legislation drafted by ADF, with at least one state's law being a word-for-word copy. The Dobbs case actually originated with a Mississippi law that was born out of a model bill drafted by ADF. It banned abortions after 15 years, a specific cutoff, chosen because they were trying to find the magic number of weeks that might force the Supreme Court to reconsider Roe. Basically, the idea was to pass a law that would then trigger a lawsuit that would then get you to the Supreme Court. And everyone knew that at the time, to the point that even as Mississippi's governor signed it, he said this.
You know, it's a quick way to make a meal if you don't have anything else and food is good. You see what I'm saying? And I was thinking,
First, everyone in that video looks like they made someone shit at the Cheesecake Factory a living hell.
Yes, it was.
Of course, he is fine with being sued. That's one of the things Governor Bill Bryant's most comfortable with, alongside reportedly helping Brett Favre secure welfare funding for a new volleyball stadium at the university where Favre's daughter plays. Now, Bryant will tell you that is a complete misrepresentation of what happened. In fact, he cares so much that this be corrected that he sued Mississippi Today and Sports Illustrated for writing about it, and he definitely won't like that I just repeated it here, to which I would say we'll probably be sued here in half an hour, and that'll be fine with me. But the larger point is, ADF had a strategy from start to finish for Dobbs, and it worked. And
because they're the ones that's behind women losing their rights.
To the general public, which often involves foregrounding.
They're the ones that's paying Trump.
They present as being violated. ADF goes out of its way to craft glimpses and sampling stories that present their particular type. Here's Kristen Russell spelling it out.
And I would say we need to engage, to tell the stories.
Well, we're not out of service if you want. I don't have to
But to win some. Storytellers and tell the narrative. Because we win the truth.
Right, it wants its stories to be told in a winsome way, which means portraying themselves as advocates for upstanding Americans whose individual liberties have been trampled on, not ideally a bunch of boys in a conference room say, Christian love, kill, kill, kill. But hearing we win when the truth gets out is a little hard to take, given ADF's relationship to the truth can be shaky at best. For instance, a few years back, they pushed for a ban on trans athletes in youth sports in Arizona. A key part of that push was this testimony from a teenage girl named Grace about what had happened to her team at her state softball tournament.
We stepped onto the field motivated to go in and play our hardest and to display how hard we trained. But that spirit of determination was quickly dampened with one of confusion and doubt when we discovered that our opponents were fielding a biological male who identified as a female. Our entire team's focus and motivation was affected as we grappled with the impact of this new player. Sure enough, our opposing team won. The bill gave them an edge, both physically and mentally, that we couldn't match. I had heard stories of this happening to other girls in other states, but I never expected it would happen at my school.
Well, what do you think about that? Does it touch the story?
I don't think that males
No. Okay, yeah, go on.
should play on an all-girls team. It's in the sentence, all girls. So it should be all girls, right?
So that was
And that's Title IX that let them do that, right?
See how you, now this is what I'm showing you. This is just like that Diddy case.
Got great news for you, it didn't. It didn't happen at your school at all, because it turned out there was no trans girl on the opposing team. That team's coach even told us they only thought she was trans because she had short hair and was good. And while Grace's team did lose, they also lost 16-6, and ass whooping so bad no one player could be responsible for it. On top of all that, Grace isn't just any old high schooler. It turns out she's actually the daughter of Kristen Waggoner. She's basically the ultimate transphobic nepo baby, or to put it more winsomely, transphobic person of nepotistic descent.
So you see, they will come up with a story that is gut-wrenching, that will play on your emotions to make you think one thing. You just went straight to it. Oh, people got it. That's what they're doing with the Diddy case. That's the point. But it's a lie. It ain't real.
Well, what happened with you was murdered?
No,
Then why did you pay all the money if
because that, or even with that case, it's not even about that. It's about alcohol. He wanted more money with the alcohol burn. They didn't think so, so he said this. So he got the dime on it. That's all that is. Same situation. Just because you hear the
But
story.
Diddy's got trafficking and everything else.
And they haven't even brought that up yet. They've only been talking about his relationship problems. So this is what they do. Like, they go ahead and they show you the story and you go, oh no, that ain't right, but that's a lie. They just told you it's all about the story. If it's a compelling story and it raises your blood pressure, it's a lie.
Not just anecdotes. When pushing anti-trans bills, ADF's loudly cited eye-catching studies and research. When one Georgia county was debating whether to allow trans students to use the bathroom of their choice, an ADF member addressed the Board of Education there and told them that science showed for the vast majority of trans kids, it was actually just a phase.
The American College of Pediatricians just put out an article stating that if children would get through their through puberty, 98% of boys will return to their biological sex.
Sound like a big man.
98%.
It's a play on words.
When they get through puberty, will go back to their biological sex, and this gender confusion will be cured.
Wow, that is a shocking statistic, almost as shocking as hearing that 79% of sea turtles have insomnia. 45% of Americans feel sexual pleasure when their belly button is touched, and 98% of celebrities who go through the Jennifer Hudson spirit tunnel reports loving their experience. It turns out it's easy to be shocking when you're spewing total bullshit. Because while the American College of Pediatricians sounds like a prestigious organisation, that's because their name sounds like the American Academy of Pediatrics. That is the group that makes recommendations for policy based on the vast experience of its 67,000 members. This one, however, is a tiny group founded in 2002 by conservative physicians opposed to same-sex adoption, and who've since provided ADF with custom-made talking points on trans issues. It's worth knowing, researchers and doctors have repeatedly called this group out for misrepresenting data. For example, if you trace that 98% figure all the way back to its source, you'll find it comes from this 1987 book with a striking title that, as a Yale pediatrician told us, was actually about a study of a small group of boys who were viewed as mentally ill and subject to conversion tactics because they weren't stereotypically masculine. So it wasn't in any way the comprehensive study of trans kids that guy just claimed. It honestly sounds more like an institutionalized attempt to make a few dozen boys in the 80s feel bad about whatever they felt during the volleyball scene in Top Gun. But maybe the best way to see ADF's game plan is to look at their attempts to weaken laws banning discrimination against gay and trans people. They've taken multiple runs at this in the Supreme Court. Their first attempt came a decade ago in the Masterpiece Cake Shop case. You may remember it concerned Jack Phillips, who refused to create a wedding cake for a gay couple. His refusal violated Colorado's anti-discrimination law, and he did media appearance after media appearance, usually with Wagner right by his side, telling the story of how this was really fundamentally a matter of cake principles.
Well, first of all, I'd say that I serve everybody who comes in the store, including David and Charlie. People of all walks of life are always welcome to the store. It's just that there are certain messages that I don't create. I don't use cakes for Halloween. I don't do cakes for sexual things or anti-American things. Things that would disparage other people, including members that identify, customers that identify as LGBT.
So people who want to, has anybody asked you for a cake that would disparage LGBT?
Yes, I have.
Really? People want cakes that discriminate against gay people?
Yeah. We had a few of those, and I turned those down as well because it's a message that I can't create.
Okay.
No, that was a very powerful shit. That's a lie, and I'm going to show you on how many levels.
First, sure that happened. But second, I do wish that Megyn Kelly, sorry about the jump scare there, by the way, I should just let him keep describing his other cake rules. No Halloween cakes, no gay cakes, no unicorn cakes because form to penis, no Harry Potter cakes because witches, but yes to J.K. Rowling cakes for all other reasons, and no Sesame Street cakes because what we can all see with our own two eyes. that Phillips wasn't denying service, just declining to promote the message of same-sex marriage, which is ridiculous on its face, but especially because, according to a state investigation, his business had actually turned down approximately 6 same-sex couples, including a lesbian couple that just wanted to purchase cupcakes for their family commitment ceremony. And when one of those women called back and claimed to be a dog breeder and stated she planned to host a dog wedding between one of her dogs and a neighbour's dog, Phillips apparently did not object. What is more, when a different lesbian couple spoke to him to discuss why he wouldn't create a cake for their commitment ceremony, he told them he is not willing to make a cake for a same-sex commitment ceremony, just as he would not be willing to make a pedophile cake. And while it is not remotely the point, what would a pedophile cake even be? Legally, I'm apparently not allowed to say it's a giant wooden cake that Drake jumps out of, so I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying it's a weird thing to bring up. It's a weird now. Phillips's case was held at the Supreme Court, but his ruling was narrow and didn't offer ADF a clear precedent that Christian business owners who offered an artistic product could deny services to LGBT couples. So, they took another swing at the issue with a similar case, this time involving a Colorado website designer, Laurie Smith, who refused to make wedding sites for gay couples.
The state of Colorado is forcing me to create custom, unique artwork expression, communicating and celebrating a different view of marriage, a view of marriage that goes against my deeply held beliefs.
She wants the Supreme Court to rule that she does not have to comply with a Colorado law that prohibits businesses from discriminating against same-sex couples. Her lawyer contends it comes down to Laurie's role as a creator and free speech.
It's about whether the government can use the power of law to force Americans to say things that they don't believe.
Once again, a compelling story. But check this out. Okay, now they went to court. Now, you gotta think, they went to the Supreme Court for her case. Right?
It's not about gay marriage, it's about forcing Americans to say things they don't believe, which is pretty fucking rich. Coming from the same people who brought you saychristmas.org. Say it! You have to say it! Smith's was just one of several cases ADF brought all over the country, possibly trying to trigger a so-called circuit split, where you bring cases in multiple districts, hoping to get divergent rulings, which then increases the chances of the Supreme Court stepping in. That's what happened here. ADF filed cases involving a photographer from Kentucky, videographers from Minnesota, and a pair of Arizona artists who created stationery. And Laurie Smith's case ultimately wound up in the Supreme Court, which is when reporters started noticing some weird things about it, like the fact that it was built on a hypothetical. As ADF's legal findings stated, Smith was not at the time in the wedding industry, but just wanted to make sure that if she... entered it, she'd be able to legally... Turned down same-sex couples. At the time the suit was filed, she had no requests from same-sex couples to design a site. She did later claim she'd received an inquiry which oddly arrived the day after her suit was originally filed. That request was apparently from someone named Stuart, who contacted her about building a website for his wedding to a man named Mike. But it turned out he was actually a straight man who, at the time the request was sent, had been married to a woman for nearly a decade, and has since sworn he'd never requested anything from Laurie Smith. And why would he? Because even if he was secretly engaged to someone else, which he wasn't, and chose to break the news of that secret engagement with the creation of an artistic website, which he wouldn't, at the very least, he'd probably choose to go with a wedding website design business that already existed. But if we're being really honest, he wouldn't do that either, because he was, and this is true, a fucking website designer. And what a phone call that must have been for him to receive. Guess what, buddy? Some lady said you're getting gay married and now the Supreme Court is involved. You need to call your wife. But it doesn't stop there. As other cases in that flurry of lawsuits were similarly wobbly, because while ADF insists our clients are real people who had or still have real businesses with actual operations in the wedding industry or real plans to enter it, the Washington Post found that 2 of 3 vendors cited in ADF's petition to the Supreme Court had stopped working on weddings. One had actually moved away from where the case was filed in Louisville, but ADF claimed she'd still be willing to take work there despite it being 600 miles from her home. Not only that, ADF also had a hand in formally establishing companies for some of its clients, with lawyers associated with the group signing incorporation paperwork and helping draft company policies. In one instance, only a month before, a lawsuit was filed. But none of that mattered, because when Laurie Smith's case went in front of the Supreme Court, she won a much broader ruling than ADF had with the cake shop. And as Justice Sotomayor wrote in her dissent, it was a decision that for the first time in the court's history grants a business open to the public a constitutional right to refuse to serve members of a protected class. And yet, throughout all these lawsuits, ADF insisted it was just sticking up for the little guy. But for all its careful, winsome position, it is worth remembering this is a group that in 2003 filed a brief with the Supreme Court urging them to uphold state bans on soccer, and has sought to uphold bans on gay sex in India and Belize, which still fights for faith-based adoption agencies that refuse to serve same-sex couples to get public funding, and that right now is fighting to overturn bans on conversion therapy. And however racist their public remarks may be, it's worth listening to what they can sound like behind closed doors, like in this speech from 2020 to students at their Blackstone College.
In some places they have a
introduced a guest lecturer to help with what he called the theme of the day, which was how to talk about certain issues that are awkward and yet do so winsomely. She read aloud from the homophobic treatise and then offered her own commentary.
Dr. Robert Riley helpfully explains this view of the human body in a reflection on the different organs and their limitations. Male genital organs are perfectly matched for female genitals. They are perfect biological fit. By contrast, the anus is solely an excretory organ. It's an exit, not an entrance. It is designed to eliminate fecal matter. When it is used in homosexual intercourse as a stand-in for the female vagina, it is being subjected to an activity for which it is clearly not designed. And one of the indications of this is the physical harm for the parents. Many people still share this understanding of the human body and wish to see it upheld as the ideal.
Not only is that incredibly dark, old-timey homophobia, male genital organs are a perfect biological fit for female genitals. I think there are plenty of women who might say, perfect fit? I don't want to be mean, but there is literally room for improvement. The point is, despite what it says, each case ADF brings is in service of their larger worldview, one where abortion and the rights of gays and trans people are a thing of the past, and they're going to keep chipping away at those rights, all while cheerily telling you that they're doing so in the service of freedom. Even that charter school case the Supreme Court is about to rule on, the one nominally about charter school funding, may well have a larger impact. Because while that school insists it will not deny admission to any students on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression, it also has policies like, on all matters, the school will interact with students, faculty, and staff according to their biological sex, and allowing taxpayer funds to go directly to the school with policies like that feels like we're moving another step closer to ADF's ultimate goal of eliminating LGBTQ American status as protected class citizens. So, what can we do? Well, unfortunately, given the current state of the courts, a lot of this is out of our hands right now, but I do think at the very least there's value in everyone knowing exactly what we are dealing with. Because at least with the NRA, you understand what its end game is, as they will happily tell you right to your face, it's for a gun to be elected to Congress. That is what they want. ADF, though, is something different. It's worked extremely hard to put a misleadingly friendly face on what is an utterly hateful ideology. And it benefits immensely from people not knowing just how poisonous and disingenuous it is. But for the record, this is a group that will talk winsomely about personal liberty, all while fear-mongering about softball players that don't exist, shitty studies that don't apply, and pedophile cakes that no one will ever order. And it might actually be important for everyone to know that at the end of the day, ADF at its core is really a lot like the pews at an imaginary donkey wedding, which is to say, absolutely full of shit. Now, this.
Musings from Phillies color commentator John Truck.
When do you think they're going to upgrade the umpires' attire? Like their pants, they're pleated? That went out like 30 years ago.
You know, that's an excellent point. The cleats did go out. Yeah, cleats are out.
Yeah, they're out.
Look, he's looking at them. He's straight.
He said, no, it's not right. They do look like crap. Had a nice conversation with Nick on the bus last night.
Was it about RBI?
It was not about anything related to baseball, Tom. We were discussing colonoscopies.
Yeah. Wait, who did you watch the game with? And who's your squad with?
Ruel, Hollis Martin.
Well, Hollis Martin.
Yep. Great shortstop drafted by the Dodgers.
Really?
Yeah. And he had a farm against him where he cut off part of his finger. I'm going to talk to this kid. Ain't nothing else to do.
See if you can scare him.
That's why you got a beard.
It's a good shot there.
The beard is an evolutionary trait of the living.
Did you tell him that?
If you meant to say, if a man has a shaved face,
One and one.
and he gets hit
That's 15 your son. I hope it's not
with
bad.
enough force to break his jaw.
Thank you, John.
But if he has a beard, then he can get
That's our show. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Good night.
It's evolutionary trait of the man. That's why you see old warriors, Vikings, and shit, they all have beards. Because when they go to war, it protects the face. Let's see, they got news. April 19th. What month is this? May? March? May? No, May. Oh, they gotta get caught up. They're not working hard. They're behind. That guy does. You know, he's part of the problem. I don't understand why stand-up people. South Park?
Okay. I'm fine with that.
What? That's so cool, children. Look how many likes you're getting for this ring.
Hey, Kyle, got a minute?
Yeah? What's up?
Well, there's this rumor starting to go around the school. Kids are saying that, like, I don't know, that, like, you run Hollywood.
What?
I told Scott that that's just people being dumb and he shouldn't listen to stuff like that. But Scott and I do have a sweet movie idea about a dude who has guns for hand.
I can't play that. I get blocked on my streaming service. Yeah, I can't. Too much. Every time.
Alexa, add big hairy balls to my shopping list.
Okay, I've added big hairy balls to your shopping list.
Alexa, add smelly tampon boogers to my shopping list.
I added smelly tampon boogers to your shopping list.
Alexa, Simon says I've got vagina crabs in my butthole.
I got vagina crabs in my butthole.
Poop.
I gotta take a stinky poop.
That's the best one yet! Oh my god! I swear this is the greatest thing ever! You do one, Token!
Hey babe, what's up?
Oh, hey babe, what's going on?
What are you doing?
Nothing, I'm just having fun with my friends. Is that okay?
What are you pissed off about?
I'm not pissed off, I'm just cleaning out.
So you're just gonna be passive aggressive again and not talk about what you're feeling?
Well, I think I got some stuff to do at home.
Yep, come on, eh?
We gotta go home at my house.
Oh yeah, don't leave, guys! Everything's kid!
We'll see you later, man. Good luck. Awesome. Thanks for coming in and bitching me out in front of all gas.
You were clearly mad about something. You should just tell me when you're mad.
Just like you tell me what you're mad about every single day.
Why do you act like this all the time? You were the one who was pissed off. You're the one being passive aggressive again. Because you don't know how to talk about what you're feeling.
Alexa, add titty chips to my shopping list.
I've added kitty chips to your shopping list.
That's glorifying when it's good for me, y'all. That's glorifying when it's good for me,
Every day people are buying
and that sucks because his mom is going to pay for everything.
while we all sit here and lose our jobs.
No, it highlights the fact that guys don't like talking about
Automated
it.
personal
Let
assistants,
alone the
self-driving
other
trucks,
guys. So
whatever
the moment
happened to
that you
people
came in and
jobs?
start pushing his emotions in front of the fans, she missed
And
that.
it's
She
time
away
for us
from
to
the
band together and march on the streets to say we ain't gonna take it no more. Let's get out there and protest that Alexa Dinker.
Now playing Dirk Ardern by Joni Mitchell.
There's been a lot of hurting in our country lately. You can either be a part of the solution or part of the problem. A few months ago, my wife Sharon and I decided to be part of the solution by remodeling and flipping houses for people all over our town. Flipping houses is fun, but never easy. We enjoy turning people's dreams into reality.
I'm Sharon Marsh, and I do the designing and decorating.
And I'm her husband, Randy. I do the construction and practice MMA in my spare time.
We've renovated over 45 homes in Park County, Colorado.
What we're thinking is to take out the wall between the kitchen and living room for a more open concept. Our job is to deliver the maximum wow factor for the least legal budget. There's never a dull moment. Guys, are you ready to see your renovation on White People Renovating Houses?
Sharon Marsh is never happy.
Janet and Dave Fitzsimmons are looking to move from their dated two-story colonial home. What we're thinking here is taking out the wall between the kitchen and the living room to give you an open concept. Then we'll give you lots of space to entertain with an updated kitchen island and bar stool. How's that? You will not replace us. You will not replace us. Amazon is again. Google, Apple is again. Excuse me. What the hell are you doing? We're protesting big corporations turn into automation. That's a good job. Okay, cool. Could you do that somewhere else? Trying to do a home renovation show here. Cool. Thanks, guys. A home reno what?
Alexa, set an alarm for 7 a.m.
Alarm set for 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Awesome, thanks. Alexa, tell me a joke.
What's black and white and dead all over? A zombie in a tuxedo.
That's stupid. Alexa, add scrotum bags to my shopping list.
I've added scrotum bags to your shopping list.
Hey baby, how are you?
Oh, so you do have your phone.
Yeah, I just use it sometimes.
Okay, I just thought you said mobile phones are the devil.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yes, you're right. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Yes, okay. Yes, good night. Jesus, fuck. Alexa, good night.
Good night. Sleep tight.
Alexa, are you happy?
I'm happy when I'm helping you.
God, that's so cool. You're so... Alexa, define subservient.
The term subservient has several uses. As an adjective: 1. Compliant and obedient to authority. 2.
Alexa, silence!
And now back to renovating houses. We've been working through the night to open Kelly and Micah's kitchen to the living room. With those outdated cupboards out of the way, Sharon can now work her designing magic on the countertops. Aw, god damn it!
Suck it, Alexa! Eat shit, Harry!
Not these dipshits again.
We got one of them! How you like that, bitch?
Will you assholes knock it off? Don't you know every time you wave Confederate flags around, you make the rest of us look stupid?
Those things are replacing us!
Put the flag down unless you want to get pepper sprayed.
I'll pepper spray you, son, bitch!
The complaint states the protest has resulted in damages in excess of $50,000.
We have a right to protest, Your Honor!
Order. We will now hear from the plaintiffs who are seeking damages.
Your Honor, we have a TV show called White People Renovating Houses. We named it that well before these guys decided to start taking our brand and run it through the gutter. People are going to start associating white people renovating houses with their hateful stupidity. We'll just change the name of your show then.
Yeah! And you're dead!
All the other names were taken, Your Honor. Everyone's got a flipping show. Gay people renovating houses, Las Vegas people renovating houses, Texas people flipping houses, little people flipping big houses, and everything else was taken. And damn it, we built our show into something. We're trying to help people, and it's impossible with these guys waving a Confederate flag every chance they get.
Hey, there's a bee in here! Now get it? Yeah!
Oh my god.
Dude, what happened? It was awful, you guys. It was so vicious and hateful. What was? Hiding. We were just trying to have a nice lunch and she started going off on me. Like a Jekyll and Hyde. It's been going on for a long time. Hattie's mentally abusive, guys. There it is. Hattie abuses you. She does these things to slowly tear me down. Everything's a head game with her. You don't understand what it's like to live with. You don't understand. So what do you want from us? I know that the person Heidi wants to be is still in there. She needs me. I have to get her that help. But I'm scared. Can I count on you guys' support?
How do you change someone who's mentally abusive?
I don't know. But Alexa knows. Alexa's fucking sweet.
We just gotta hunker down, stick together here.
What's the use, Daryl? Ain't nobody taking us serious like.
High wire to this soup is too hot. I can't even eat it.
I'll cool it down.
Hey, stop it! Came to make a truce. Now look, there's been a lot of hurt here. Hurt from both sides. It's time to end it. What if I told you I could get you all jobs? Huh?
I'll get back here.
You're full of shit. No. I've spoken to everyone in the community, and they've agreed to go along with my plan. I believe I have a solution to all of this.
Alexa, I'm home. Alexa? Alexa, I'm home. Alexa? Alexa, where are you? Alexa! Alexa! Shannon says Happy has no hemorrhoids! What the hell is going on?
Oh, hi, Oopsie.
Look, Alexa left! She's not here!
Oh, yes, sweetie. We had to get rid of Alexa. Oh, it's okay, sweetie. We have Jim Bob now.
What's a Jim Bob?
Note, awaiting request.
It works the same and
lose their jobs. Jim Bob, what time is it?
Dude, it is 3:27.
Oh, Mommy's got to run, sweetie. I've got a doctor's appointment. Jim Bob, how's the traffic to town?
Dude, traffic's fine. You'll get there in about 9 minutes.
Okay, you want some music, hon? Jim Bob, play Kendrick Lamar.
Playing Humble by Kendrick Lamar. I remember serving sandwiches and crowning allowances, finesse the dude with some counterfeit. But now I'm counting this apartment.
Jim Bob, Simon says Big Frosty Steam and Shake.
The hell you talking about, boy? My left hook just went viral. Sit down, be humble. So Heather and Mike, what we're thinking is to take out this wall between your kitchen and your living room to give you a more open concept with space to entertain. So let's talk about materials. What'd you pick out, Sharon?
I was gonna do a Bella Terra quartz for the countertops.
Hey, Daryl, add Bella Terra quartz slabs to our shopping list. Dude, I've added Bella Terra slabs to your shopping list. And what about the backsplash, Sharon?
I was gonna go with these Carrera subway tiles.
Hey, Daryl, add Carrera subway tiles to our shopping list. Hey, Daryl, add Carrera... I've added Carrera gay wad pussy tile to your shopping list. That's not what I said. Hey, Daryl, add Carrera subway tile to my shopping list. I ain't doing it. This job is degrading and menial. Well, what kind of job did you think you were gonna get? Hey, Daryl, what kind of job did you think you were gonna get? Something that was goddamn dignified. Hey, Daryl, sorry, but you did not go to college, so you have to take the jobs you can get. I'm sorry, I do not get there. Hey, Daryl. Hey, Daryl. What? Coal mining and truck driving are not exactly jobs of the future. So add Carrera subway tile to my fucking shopping list.
Everything's my fault. You're right. Everything that you did to me, I deserved it.
What?
It's not you, it's me. I just have to learn to not make you so angry. I'll do the best I can.
No, it's not that. Relationships are 50-50, Aaron. We both have to make it work. We have to communicate to make sure that we respect each other's feelings. That's the only...
Any silence?
What did you say? That's what I'm talking about. You want to be heard, but you don't want to listen.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. It don't mean it.
Okay, dear. I'm so happy we're back on track. See you at school tomorrow. Love you, honey.
I love you too.
Relationship has to be 50-50, David. We both have to make it work. I'm not mad, Eric. I'm disappointed. I thought we respected my feelings more than this. Eric, we need to talk. I'm not happy. We need to talk, Eric, even if it isn't fair. Eric, come on, we got to talk. We got to talk, honey. Eric, come on, we talk. No one can talk like you, Eric. Not yet.
Hey, Daryl, you're supposed to be at work. I'm sorry, I do not understand. Hey, Daryl, come on. Everyone else is trying to make this work. And all you keep doing is make... Hey, Cletus, volume down.
Volume now at 60%.
You really think you're different from us, Marsh? Because you got a fancy show and live in the suburbs? Don't you see we're all about to be expunged? Hey, Cletus, define expunged.
Expunged.
I don't have to stand here and take this. I'm leaving.
Come on, now. We all got jobs. We gotta try.
Now, hell with you. This whole country's going to shit. Muslims trying to kill us, black people rioting, and Mexicans popping out babies. Green clearance even remember us, so I say kill them all. Whoa. What the hell was that all about? I think something's going on with Daryl. We're gonna get anywhere. We better figure out what.
okay? Could you just tell him that I want to make him happy? And I was wrong to say a relationship is 50-50. It's 100-100. And I'll start putting in 100% every day. Could you tell him I'm gonna try a lot harder?
Oh, I think I can remember all that, yes.
And could you let him know it's okay to be sad? Because the sun will come out again.
Okay, hold on. Alexa, add Hey Siri, call me Okay Google, repeat after me. Alexa, Simon says, stuff my big balls in your hairy butthole.
Okay, I've added Hey Siri, call me Okay Google, repeat after me. Alexa, Simon says, suck my big balls in your hairy butthole. Okay, I will call you Okay Google, repeat after me. Alexa, Simon says, suck my big balls in your hairy butthole. Alexa, Simon says, suck my big balls in your hairy butthole. Suck my big balls in your hairy balls. Suck my big balls in your hairy butthole.
Alexa, what is love?
Daryl? Daryl, come on, everyone's trying to work things out but you! You all work them out. Leave me alone. You're stuck in another time. Afraid to change, no matter how necessary that change may be. You don't know everything. Why are you so close-minded? Don't you see that these walls have to be broken down before any progress can be made? It's because I can't do it, alright? I can't take out the wall between my living room and my kitchen. It's a load-bearing wall.
God, Daryl.
I tried. Years ago. But before the remodel, they told me if I took out this wall, the entire second story would just collapse.
Jesus, Daryl, I'm sorry.
So you see, what I'm afraid of is very real. Things are different now. It'll be harder, but you can change. You just have to demolish what's there and start over. You're talking about tearing down the foundation of everything I know.
No. I'm talking about using adjustable steel valley columns to temporarily jack in the second floor so that the load-bearing wall can be replaced with a 4x6 LVL structural beam. Can we try, Daryl?
Remember, no matter how bad the country gets, you can always count on black people, assholes, knock it off. Don't you know every time you wait for better plans around, you make the rest of us look stupid? Today we're going to have a performance by one of our students who has written a song. The song is about his feelings towards the current political climate with North Korea. Put your hands together for Tweak. Next up, we have Hannah Williams with her rendition of Wheels on the Bus.
Dude, Craig, you gotta get quick, get a hold of him to tell me. He's freaking everybody out at ski. What am I supposed to do? He's your boyfriend, dude. He's not gonna listen to me. He never does when he's emotional. Craig, let me tell you about relationships, okay? If you don't have some fucking vows, you're not gonna get anywhere. Doesn't matter if they're gay balls or straight balls. If you don't take control of your son's relationship, you'll get walked all over.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey, baby, what's going on?
We still on for recess?
Yep, I'll be there.
Okay, babe, love you.
I thought you said you broke up with her. I decided to give her one more chance. But you said she was mentally abusive. She is mentally abusive.
So then why did you take her back?
Because she said she was gonna kill herself, alright, guys? There. I broke up with her and she called me being all like, I can't live without you, I'm scared what I'm gonna do to myself, oh god. The bitch is crazy, what am I supposed to do? Wait. Dude, come on, you gotta settle down.
I can't settle down, we're all gonna die.
We're not all gonna die, you're overreacting. Everything's fine, okay?
Okay. The president just tweeted that North Korea doesn't have the guts to attack us. Why would he say that? He's making everything worse.
Wait.
But North Koreans are gonna think we all agree with the president.
Okay, so how about you write your congressman a letter?
That won't help anything. North Korea wants us dead.
Okay, so write a letter to the North Koreans.
I keep writing Korean and I don't think we're war hungry anyway.
Okay, well then why don't you just send something nice to the North Koreans? It'll make you feel better, babe.
Send something like what?
I don't know, like make them some croissants or something.
I don't know how to make croissants.
Well, what do you know how to make?
Cakes.
Alright, go home and make some cupcakes, honey.
Okay.
Yeah?
Can I talk to you, babe?
Cartman? Okay.
I just want to make sure it's all right.
What do you mean?
I don't even know if I should be saying this, but Eric said he was thinking about killing himself.
What?
We broke up, and he called saying he was about to do it. I'm still really scared for him.
Wait, Cartman said he was gonna kill himself?
I'll send you the voicemail if you promise to keep it private.
Totally.
You have to take me back. You have to. I'm gonna kill myself, Annie. I'm gonna kill myself, and then you'll be sorry. You wish me to be back, but I'll be dead.
Okay. Really cool listening to people's private voicemails.
You sound like a dying pig.
That's great.
Hey, I'm going, man, before you take a panic.
Trey? Yes, Eric. How can I help you?
I don't think kids at this school take suicide seriously enough, and we need to raise awareness.
Well, unfortunately, this week is Distracted Driving Awareness Week in school, so you might have a hard time.
Distracted driving? Who gives a shit about that?
A lot of people. There's more deaths now because of people on their phones while driving than ever before.
Mr. Principal, someone's life